Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inspiring Hope, the show where we spotlight, highlight, and shine the golden light on the people who are making a difference in our world. And today I have a very special husband and wife guest team who are just doing some amazing things for this world. I'd like to shine the light on Jay and April Matta from Spiritually Raw. So welcome to Inspiring Hope.
Thank you, Lois.
So much. This is exciting. We are thrilled to be literally in your home.
Yes, you are. You're right here in my home. And I want to hear, and my followers want to hear your story. I know that you come from a more of a technical background, just like I did, and kind of swerved into this whole spiritual world. But you've taken it really to a whole new level with the new program that you're launching. So take it away. Please share with me and us what it is that inspired you to do what you do.
Well, we've had spiritually raw for quite some time. We actually originally launched it in 2007, and it did very, very well for almost 2 years, and then it did so well that we had built up a very large consulting business from it, and we had to pull back from the show. So we took a 7.5 year hiatus from Spiritually Raw and then relaunched it in 2019. Since then, fast forward to today, Lois, we've interviewed, I literally lost count, 2,400, 2,500 people. And we've built a vast network of phenomenal connections and through Spiritual Raw, and that is really what was the catalyst to launch the Gnostic TV Network.
So we decided to even take this journey because we were in the traditional proverbial third dimensional world of working. We had an insurance agency and money lending company, and it was doing well for us, and we were very blessed with that. But we also had said, there's just nothing that inspires you with that, right? So there was no exploration. There was nothing that we could explore the mysteries of life by selling life insurance and health insurance, right? So we were like, oh, that's, there's got to be something else out there. So we went on this thing. At that point in time, the internet, everything was kind of really working its way through. YouTube, all these things were opening up. So we're like, this is something we should explore for our future. So that's really where we ran. And again, like April was saying, we started off with Spiritually Raw, but just meeting all these people like you, and just said, look, we're just, this is not a cliche. It's true in our world. It's just we're just better together, all of us. All of us are just better together. We work with each other well. The sum of the parts equal the whole. Whatever analogy you want to give it, it is what it is. But it's so this whole concept of Gnostic TV came about as a result of that, which is where messengers like us, messengers like you, will get together and share and really teach people how to live. We didn't really get
And
the best,
prosper.
prosper, live, health, but mind, body, prosperity all the way through.
Yeah, I love it. And I love the title too. How did you come up with Gnostic TV? I have my own personal story about Gnosticism, but I want to hear, how did you come up with that?
Actually, we were on a very long car ride. We were on the way to Georgia to go to a funeral. Somebody in Jay's family had passed away, and we were sitting on the idea of creating this broadcasting network, but there was always something that kind of got in the way. And we were on our way to Georgia. We just started, the idea came up, and we were just trying to work through names and Gnostic and Gnosticism, and then we just kind of roll with it. And then as soon as we got the name Gnostic TV, then the rest just really started to fall into place.
Yeah, and
It just really resonated with us on a lot of different levels.
and the tagline Ancient Wisdom's Reimagined.
Absolutely.
Really putting that together because like I said, we want to honor that, hey, something's gotten us to this point. It's just not really so relevant as much anymore. So we got to reimagine it, and it's in modern times, like
modern version.
yeah, like nobody talks the way they did 2,000 years ago, or look, you know what I mean? Everything's different, so we have to adapt to that. And I think all of us really, it's just so helpful if we all get the right messengers that can help us through this journey now.
And the other thing too was when we first launched Gnostic TV Network, a lot of people that we know and you know were being heavily censored,
Mm-hmm.
and they were losing their platforms,
Mm-hmm.
and they needed a home and
Mm-hmm.
a new place to put their content, because a lot of great content creators lost their channels, they lost their content, they lost a lot of, took years to build up.
Mm-hmm.
So Gnostic TV Network is an uncensored platform with
Wonderful.
exclusive content.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And I too, I had quite the following on YouTube, and I got a couple of strikes, and I thought, I'm not going to get canceled off of YouTube. I'm just going to leave it there and switch to Rumble. So I started Rumble about a year ago, and it's been a slow crawl, but I have some regulars that follow me on Rumble. And now I'm kind of, what I'm doing is I'm adding to both. If it's not too controversial, I'll put it on YouTube. If it's controversial, I'll only put it on Rumble, so that I've got the best of both. However, you're right. There's so many things that we have to be careful of in the social circles. And that's one of the things that I'm excited about getting ready to be a broadcaster on Gnostic TV, because I also am, I think it's because of those of us that probably were Gnostics way back
Yeah.
when, and
Yeah.
we were heavily censored. The Gnostics were heavily censored. They were more persecuted than the pagans at the
Mhm.
time. So if we have that sense of, I want to share, I want to teach, I don't like controversy, I don't like to debate, that's not my thing. I'm not one of those ones that's going to go nose to nose. The Gnostic concept is the knowing. I'm going to
Exactly.
share what I know. And if you want it, fine. If you don't, that's okay. You're not ready for it,
100%.
or you have your own following, and that's all right. So that's one of the things that I truly loved when you reached out to me. I thought, oh my gosh, Gnostic. I have that book on my shelf that I read 20 something years ago. I pulled it back off the shelf and started reading it with new eyes, going, holy cannoli. This
That's
is
it.
what the spiritualists, the modern day Wisdom
Yes.
Reimagined, the modern spiritualists, this is exactly what they were saying 2,000 years ago.
You just gave me chills.
And now we just got an internet to be able to do it more effectively, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. So
crazy.
it's perfect. Because the other thing is, when those of us that are creating content and wanting to share, we want to share with the right people. And what
Right.
you've done is created, in my opinion, my humble opinion, you've created an avenue for people who are of like mind to come and be able to get what they want without the bots and the naysayers and all of that. So we're able to speak to the people who want to hear what we have to say.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, there's power in expression, and when your expression is suppressed,
Mm.
that's not going to help anyone grow. So this is a way for all of us to express our thoughts, and be able to share our energy, our knowledge, our wisdom, and our love with the people that resonate with the messages.
Yeah, and how cool is it that you have different messengers with different topics, whether it be health, spirituality, whether it be their body, their prosperity, and ways to manifest. I mean, just the teachings of life, and like what gets us through the next day. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's got their version, and to be part of all of that is just it's just it helps one vibrate at such a high level. And the
Mhm.
principles of that is like, if you vibrate at a high level, then that's where you really start your connection with source at a real authentic place.
And
And then
creative.
the manifestation really starts to come in, whatever one's looking for. It's just a matter of keeping it a high vibrational match, and finding your vibrational match. So that's what when we put the network out like that, Lois, it was really, we looked at it, we said, yeah, it's time. We have to find our vibrational matches.
Mhm.
There's people out there. There's people out there, and those people are looking for their people out there. And so we
That's
gotta
right.
just, it's just a very nice way to find each other, and help each other through the journey in life.
Exactly, because most of the people who are going to be drawn to Gnostic TV are five-dimensional type or higher people,
Right.
but we're
Yeah.
living in this three-dimensional world where there's so much fear and anger and pain, and we need to learn how and support one another in navigating through it.
Absolutely.
And an understanding too, like, you know, the way we've been able to reconcile the whole dimensional conversation, if you would, the 3D, 4D, 10D, 12D, you know, I always say the better question is who came up with the number, right? Who are they able to come up with it?
Exactly.
But either way, it's multidimensional, and you're right. We're in a third dimensional world where we can touch and feel each other. We are bound by, you know, laws, if you would, let's call them that keep us, you know, and often in a way of feeling like we're in a circle, in a rat race. You can't get off the wheel in your mind. Everything's floating around. Where when you can elevate your mind to the multidimensional, you do really start to release attachment. And that's where everything happens, when you learn to release attachment from where we're at. It doesn't mean you're dying or you're gonna, you know, where we have to die to get to the other place. We can get to the other place consciously. And I think the best way we've been able to reconcile it is this multidimensional or fifth dimensional as a place where we get the information and the lessons on how to live here in the third dimensional world. So
How to not just live, but how to live and prosper and create the life that you always wanted. Because that's really why we're here. That's what it's all about. We're not here to suffer. We're not here
no.
to, you know, feel pain, anguish, fear, anxiety. We came here to enjoy this beautiful planet, and there's so much here to offer.
Mhm.
And you know, it's conditioning
Mhm.
that has made us believe you're here to suffer. You have to, you know, just barely make it. And if you prosper, you know, that's your ego or it's arrogance or whatever. And, you know, that is just false information all the way through and through and through. The spirit or God or creator source energy, whatever you want to call that entity, that energy, they want for you everything that there is to offer. And that's mind,
Absolutely.
body, spirit, prosperity, health to the fullest extreme that you can enjoy it.
Absolutely. And so many of us know that I often say, we signed up to be here or we were conscripted. I'm not exactly sure, but we're here. And
Well,
Yeah.
we're
we're
here.
here because we have a message, a piece to the puzzle of humanity. And we need to be able to share what is in our heart. And everyone is different. And one of the things that the guys from the collective said is, if someone says theirs is the only way, walk away.
Right.
Because all roads, everyone has their knowing, the Gnosticism, they have the knowing of why they're here. They have amazing special gifts and tools. And my feeling is what my team and I, and it seems like what you're doing, is shine the light on those people because they can touch the heart of somebody else who is in a struggle. And one of the things that when we did the channel sessions, and we do this on a regular basis with clients, when we bring in the high vibe energies, in order to speak with them, you've got to get rid of all that earthly muck because it's vibration. And you've got to match the vibration. If you're down here in depression, fear, anger, guilt on that consciousness scale, right? And these amazing beings are vibrating up here, you can't reach them. So you have to consciously work, like you're talking about mind, body, spirit. You've got to work on your physical and mental, emotional in
Absolutely.
order to raise your vibration. And when you raise your vibration, then it's just like, oh yeah, I'm talking to Archangel Michael all day, so it's just natural, but you have to do the work to shift your energy to get there. And it's a
Yeah.
daily thing until it's not.
It's a daily thing until it's not. Very, very well said. And you're right about that. I mean, it's like, who are we to judge and say, well, oh, you're not talking to this, but we don't know. Everybody's got their own stream of consciousness. I mean, if you can live good and help each other, and if we'll say it is like, look, if you feel like you're the commander of a battleship at night and it gets you through the night, listen, we're cheering you on.
Absolutely.
It
There's the
really,
leprechaun.
there's a leprechaun, right? You see that? And there you go. But so I think that
The tail.
when people can start to live like, Look, I don't know another playbook like this, but if the people can start to live like, okay, we're in some sort of video game and you treat it like that, and it doesn't have to be so seriously. And, for whatever reason, like you said, Lois, we are just here. So we're here. So
Make the best of
let's
it.
make the best of it. And you know what?
Make it the best experience you could possibly have.
Nothing to wait for, nothing to hope for. Everything's all here. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's just treat it like that. We again, our experience is shown as if we act like that, which many faiths and belief systems say, like we're created in the image of whatever
Right.
you believe in. And if we act and really function like that, our evidence has shown us with consistency that's where manifestations happen. It really does.
Absolutely.
But if we act like, okay, we get down on, we're just like waiting, or if I never do this again, I promise I'll never do this again. If you do this for me, you know what I mean? All these kind of things, you're actually manifesting more of what you
Of
don't
that.
want.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What of the wanting. Yeah.
right. So a lot of this is really embracing, like, look, you know what? Let's just be real pragmatic about this.
Mhm.
Nobody really knows, you know what I mean, that we know of. I mean, nobody's come down at this point to show us, what is there. Everything's up for interpretation, and
Right.
that's really good like that. But until that moment, we live like champions, and we live like
Mhm.
gods and goddesses. I think is a call to action that, I would say, is going to give people the best life. And these messengers that are coming on here are teaching us that, giving us the courage to function like that, giving us the insight and wisdom to be able to think like that also, and really help reprogram a lot of the ways that, the
That's
stone that
really
is.
what so much of that's really where it all stems is it's the reprogramming.
Reprogramming.
Reprogramming the mind, reprogramming your belief system, reprogramming your body, your cells. It's an
Absolutely.
inside job. You can try and read every book on in the cosmos. You can watch every video that you could possibly sit in front of. But if you don't take action and work on yourself from the inside out,
Mhm.
nothing is going to shift.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're right, it is an inside job. It's because our bodies are amazing, and they respond to our thoughts, which is our this crown chakra, that this higher chakra, and the heart. The heart is the emotions. The heart is
Yeah.
the largest chakra. I listened to it was just a little mini podcast or something that you had created talking about the I am, that being the root chakra, and then I feel. And I can you go into that just a little bit? I thought that was fabulous. I had never really heard it put that way. And I was listening to it going, oh my goodness, this is wonderful insight. And one of the things it did for me, because when Jesus comes through, he often will say to our clients, you guys take yourself too seriously. You guys got to lighten up and be like children. The wonder, the awe, the look at this. I got a kitty right here. Oh my God, this is fabulous. So we have to be more like more childlike and
Yes.
more playful and gleeful. That raises the energy as well. Like, would you go into that? I just thought that was amazing the way you put that.
Sure, I'd love to. And we've tried so many different manifestation techniques,
Yeah.
and a lot of them work, but did they work really great? So we've tried to narrow it down to what has worked for us. And this is something that I found to be pretty profound when I realized that there's a connection between your affirmations and your seven chakras, even though we know there's more of them, but we'll just talk about the seven.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is it a conspiracy? Who knows? But when you think about it, for years, I mean, for as long as I've really been spiritually in tune, you always were taught it's the I am this, I am that, I am. And yeah, I felt like it worked, but I didn't feel like my whole life wasn't shifting, and I would sit there and wonder like what's going on? Why is it feel like it's not working? And then when I realized I need to go up in the vibration,
Sure.
and the I am is connected to the root chakra. So if you are in the I am, I am wonderful, I am beautiful, I'm successful, I'm this, I'm that. Yes, you're doing good, right? But you're coming from the lower vibration. So if you start to think in that terms and you move up, like let's say for example, the sacral chakra is connected to your feeling. So instead of I am successful, how about I feel successful? It already feels better, right?
Mhm.
And then your solar plexus is I do. So
Mm.
that would be I do believe I am destined for success. Instead of I am success, I do believe I am destined for success.
See, and as you notice that as you go, as April goes through the chakras, there's a level of believability within herself that goes there with it. So it's no
Sure.
longer, it goes from saying, okay, well, this is what the book said I should do, to really internalizing this thing.
And embodying it.
Mhm.
That's the difference.
Mhm.
Because you really need to embody what it is that you want to create. So the next is obviously the heart chakra. That's all about love, love, love.
Mhm.
So, and I'm just using the successes. I love
Yes.
success all around me. I love the energy of success. And then, of course, you have your throat chakra. We talked about how powerful that is, right? Speaking.
Mhm.
That's all about I speak. So
Mm.
try this
Mhm.
on. I speak success into existence.
Mm. Mhm.
Way more powerful from my perspective than I am successful.
Well,
I am
because and even in the Bible, it says in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, right? So speaking is the Word. So that's the creative voice. You can't just think it. You have to take an action. You have to do it. You have to speak it. You have to live it. This is beautiful. This is good
It makes
stuff.
sense. Doesn't it
Mhm.
make sense?
It does.
Right.
It makes perfect sense.
And then the next is the third eye. That's all about seeing.
Uh-huh.
So I would much rather see myself successful than
Right.
I am just saying that I am successful. I want to see myself being successful. I want
Right.
to feel myself being successful. I want to speak my success into existence. And then, of course, the crown chakra is all about understanding.
Mhm.
So it could be, I understand that success is my divine birthright.
And then when you're right there with the I understand, that's where attachment starts to go, because then you're like, then it's almost like you become one now. You're like, I understand, I get it. I'm there. I get it. And then now you release the attachment. Now the vibration's there, the success or whatever it is you're looking for. Again, success meaning your health success, your financial
Absolutely.
success, spiritual success, whatever that one does for that.
Relationships, it could be
Yeah.
anything. Yeah.
Because one has to remember that the way like anything, I mean, we're given this amazing information, like, well, say I am a bunch of times and eventually you'll get there. But the trick to this is that you have to absolutely, your subconscious absolutely has to believe what you're saying.
That's
And
right.
read something 1,000 times does not make your internal self believe it. You just read it 1,000 times. So is well, it really happened out of that. But if you can get your subconscious to the point of understanding, like, okay, I understand this, I'm believing this, that's how you're going to
There's a
manifest what
big
you want.
shift.
We literally are going through the process of tricking our subconscious to tell the universe, so we believe it. If we believe it, then the universe believes that we worthy of it, because the universe will only give us what we believe
And
we're
it
worthy
ties
of.
in with the Gnosticism. I know it.
There
At
you
that
I
go.
know it.
knowing.
Yeah.
One of the things the guys I know, I talk about the guys, I spent several years going through this whole channel session where these guides came through and gave incredible information. So I've been on a mission to get their information out. But one of the most profound things was there is a difference between wanting, believing, and knowing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wanting is a sense of lack of, I don't have it, therefore the wanting pushes it away. Belief is oftentimes passed down from someone else. You have a belief in a certain religion, you have a belief in your family values. There are beliefs that are passed down, but when you get to the place of knowing, that's unique to you. That is your divine. This is that understanding. That's that divine connection, is the knowing. So what we have to do is and graduations, we have to get through belief up to the level of knowingness, which is
Yeah.
Gnosticism. I just love that.
Exactly.
It's a pretty cool, and we're always searching for the knowing, and that's a good thing, because
Mhm.
you keep going, right? And you
Right?
just have more mysteries open up. You just keep opening up, and
Yeah.
there's more to be seen.
More questions to ask. My hero is Columbo. Do you remember that? He always asks the
One thing,
silliest,
one
stupidest
last
questions, but he got to the end result, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
thing.
So how do people find the Gnostic TV or this new way? Can you tell us, well, how to find it, but also tell us more about what is Gnostic TV? It is a channel that people can subscribe as a member to. Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, 100%. So again, Gnostic TV is going to have different. When you go to Gnostic TV, you're going to love it. It's going to be very familiar to you,
Mhm.
because when you click on, you go to gnostictv.com, there'll be a link there, and they literally click on it. They'll click on a catalog page, right, which will be right at the top, and then all of the messengers that they see there will be listed on there, and there's more coming too. You'll love it, and you simply take a look, click on the video that you're drawn to. Read about it, you'll watch a trailer on it, and absolutely, yeah, become a member, join it, go through the search, find out whatever you're drawn to. We're setting it up right now too, where people can have a free trial with it, check it out on us, kind of maneuver through the network, see how you like it. We hope you stay. We're pretty sure you will, because there's going to be messengers like you continually coming on, which we're really excited about that. So that's going to be the experience they get out of that. And there's more coming to it. We'll be adding, like I said, we'll be adding more messengers coming on in the coming days, coming weeks. So there'll be, just stay tuned for the most amazing things that are happening right now. And again, our whole mission is that, how to live with the best that you can, every aspect of yourself.
April, what are your thoughts on I mean, this is part of the two of your brainchild. What do you see as a vision for the Gnostic TV?
I see it as a platform for not only content creators like yourself that are very successful on social media, but in addition to that, there are so many messengers out there that have great things that they want to share, but they don't necessarily know or have the right vehicle to be able to get their messages out.
Mhm.
So I that's another reason why I love it as well, because it's opening up the door to so many other people to be able to open up their throat chakra and to be able to speak their heart and share their messages with as many people literally globally. So it
Mhm.
could, for people that don't really have a social media platform, but they have a phenomenal message, this is also another excellent vehicle for them as well, from a broadcaster point of view. But from a global point of view, this is worldwide.
Mhm.
Our show, Spiritually Raw, I always say at the end, thank you for tuning in. Tune in often, tell all your friends, and most importantly, may all your dreams come true. But what was the other thing that I said about about global, why did I just forget?
Global harmony, we're creating peace and global harmony
Harmony.
with this. To unified,
Yeah,
we're unified here together. We really are creating
because
peace
that's
and harmony.
really ultimately why we're here, at least Jay and I. Our mission is to really create global harmony.
Beautiful.
And I think this is a phenomenal platform for us to be able to do that.
Yeah, and the vibrational matches will see it. You'll go there and you'll check it out, peruse through it, and you'll find out. You'll see for yourself. And that's, like anything else, it's for us, it always comes down to vibration. Every time we ask, it's like, how do you feel like when you came to visit us? What did it make you feel like? Does it uplift you? Does it want you to go further in does it teach you how to detach from things? So, we're just gonna continually be, the vision from this is gonna be continually looking for ways to just, like you said, just really unify the world here.
Beautiful.
Create a better existence for people, make sure that they have the best access to the best playbooks, the best messengers, and that's going to be our dedicated mission.
I
And not
love
only
it.
that,
Yeah.
what I'm most love as well, these are practical applications for people. A lot of people might be like, oh, well, Gnostic, that sounds like very, very deep or very, very complicated. No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
We've broken everything down to simplify the ancient wisdom from the past, because there is so much ancient wisdom that is incredibly valuable that we can bring into the forefront. So this is a way to do it in where it's a practical application, that it doesn't matter. You could be, very advanced, or you could just be starting your spiritual evolution. You could be having these questions and you're not really sure where to start. This is a great way to start, because there's such a variety of messengers and experts really in their field.
And people need a safe place to go. There are so many truthers or people who are putting messages out there, and yet some good, some not so, some are confused. So many of our clients are looking for a safe place to be able to associate with others of like mind, because many of them feel isolated. They feel alone all over the world. They feel
Oh,
so alone. So to have a place that they can come and share and learn, and as you said, ancient wisdom reimagined, right? It's like remembered, because most of us somewhere in our past life, our DNA, our genetic background makeup, we have that knowing. So it's remembering. So you watch somebody talk, and it's like, oh, I know that. I knew that. But it affirms what many people already know. And that's what they need, is to affirm that they're not crazy, they're not strange, maybe they're unique. There'll be an opportunity to be able to come together with others of like-mindedness, of kind spiritual awareness that is gentle and welcoming. I love that.
I couldn't agree more, because I get messages all the time. I'm desperately looking for people to connect with.
Mhm,
I feel like no one understands me.
mhm.
My family, they've been shunned. They don't get along with their family members. They feel like they're losing a lot of their friendships
Yes.
because they're growing in their consciousness, where a lot of their friends are staying in a lower consciousness and a lower vibration, and they feel very lost.
Mhm.
And it's a great way to communicate and commune with others that are really in the same boat that you are.
You know, there's a couple of ways to live life, and the way that is being shown to a lot of us is like, hey, we're gonna win this world, we're gonna win this, we're gonna win this, we're gonna fight for this. And we again, our own place, if you would, we work within is like, well, I don't know if there's nothing to win or lose, there is to be. You know what I mean? So for us, it's a matter of being in the present moment and not what tomorrow is looking on, not what and I don't mean to diminish these things, because I know they're important to people, but along the way, we've decided in our own way is to treat all of that for entertainment purposes only. Right? If it happens, cool. If we get a blackout, fine. If we get, all this stuff happens,
We
and
all get zapped up.
the zapped up. I mean, the
We're
vibrations
ready.
happen. And that's good. It's fine. It is what it is. But
Mhm.
it doesn't. We have to be careful that those things don't define us
Correct.
Well,
as we
not
go
only
through
that,
life. You know what I
too,
mean?
but
Like,
yes, that is very true. But what we really need to be careful is, in addition to that, is that we're not waiting
Mhm.
for some event to come to create this life that we want in our minds,
Right.
right? Because
Yeah.
that's where so many people get tripped up in their manifestations, because they're waiting for something to happen before they do X, Y, or Z.
right,
You
right.
gotta live in the moment. You gotta live in the present. You gotta live right now.
And we are creating every day, and every step that we take in this moment of now creates our future. Because the past is over, it's done. Too many people spend ruminating over the past traumas, the woulda, shoulda,
Right.
couldas. And it's just like, okay, what did I learn from it? Take the nugget, let the rest go. Okay, what can I now
Absolutely.
do differently in this moment of now to create a new tomorrow? So it's all beautiful.
It's all beautiful. And the best, speaking of what you said with the past, I mean, I think the best thing as a human person can do is your greatest ability to be able to resolve in your life, right? So, yeah, let that go, because it's the past. It's done. It's like you have
You're
to
not
learn to
going
forgive
back to
yourself.
change it.
I mean, if you can learn to forgive yourself, you will have such a great life, and understand that there's nobody that's not dysfunctional. We all, 100% of us are dysfunctional. We all create problems. We all have created havoc in someone's life, one way or the other. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is. It's just the journey we've gone through. So if you can learn to realize that you're not alone, you know what I mean? Yeah, there may be extenuating, maybe some are more extreme than others, but at the end of the day, once you're done with it, if you've been able to learn from it, then great. If you didn't, it'll show up in a bigger way, I would imagine. But forgive yourself, for God's sakes, and forgive others, and go through the journey. We're in a mystery. We don't ultimately maybe know where the end game runs. So let's just enjoy this. And we found that learning how to be in that present moment, waiting for the signs, waiting for the directions, waiting for the messengers, it seems to work.
We are the messengers. And I want to tag on with what you're saying, Jay. We've all done bonehead things in our life that we wished we had it. Well,
Yeah, of course
that
we have.
decision. But at that moment in time, that was the best I could do. Maybe at that moment in time, again, what was the end result? What did I learn from it? What can I now choose to do differently the next time something
it.
like that plays around?
Yeah.
And forgiving, self-forgiveness is one of the hardest things to do, because we do different things in our life, and just step into the new day and enjoy this new glorious day, because
It's one of the hardest things to do,
Mhm.
but it's probably the most beneficial thing
So
that
important.
you can
I
do.
agree. Yeah.
Because people struggle with, oh, I didn't do enough for my family, I didn't do enough for my partners, or I didn't do enough for this. Well, you know what? Snap out of that, pull your
Mhm.
big boy pants and girl pants up, step it up, because they're still here and they still need you, and you can
Mhm.
only do the best if you're the best for yourself.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And, I do a lot of work in the spiritual realm, connecting with lost souls that some that have transitioned and others that are stuck in between. And we rescue the lost souls. So many people have regrets over somebody that's passed. And when we have them communicate with their passed over loved ones, if the passed over loved one is in the light, they will come down and say, I love you, or you're forgiven. They celebrate and cherish everything about the person. And that's a very cathartic, very healing exercise, is to realize that once the person has transitioned into the light of awareness, then they are able to let the living know, hey, you're just doing the best you can. We've all done things we wished we hadn't, but if we have the knowing as to the circumstances, and then we can shift it. Then we have to. This is one of the things that I'm wanting to do in the Warrior Truths from Beyond show, that I'm so excited to host. Myself and my team are excited to host. I've been getting messages for 30 something years in my client sessions. I'm sitting here, but you say you're in trance, you're talking with your passed over loved one. I'm just the scribe, taking notes. I have hundreds of stories and thousands of messages that I've just been sitting on. And my guides are saying, you must share, you must teach. So these are not messages for me, they were for the client. But by golly, I learned from them. I live with the messages that have come to my clients, and it's time for me to share them with other people.
What a great blessing.
That
It
is so
is.
good.
Yeah, because I've been through a lot of crap in my life. And I have this great analogy that if you throw a bunch of manure in your garden and you just roll in it, you just get smelly. No, you use it to grow your garden. You use the manure that you've been through in life to grow you into this next level. You don't get stuck in the muck. So I've been there.
Don't get stuck in the mud. I
Don't
love it.
get stuck in the mud. You can just blossom and grow out of it. And that's what we've got to do.
We
And
gotta do
celebrate.
and celebrate.
Mhm.
Wow. I'm really excited. So you've got this is a membership, and it's a reasonable price. So I think people are really going to love this, and they're able to watch the different, I love that you're calling them messengers, and they're people that many people know already and follow. And this is going to be, again, I like the idea that it's a safe place, because a lot of times when people follow others and they make a comment, say there's a comment made, there's somebody that comes along and snarks at them. And
Mhm.
what you're creating is a safe haven, because others of like mine they're not going to be snarky. These are
No.
No.
going to be people who
And
are
they're
going to
not
be
bots.
supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's well, again, we don't know what stream of consciousness our fellow soul sister or brother is getting. We
Yeah.
don't know. And so we shouldn't judge that, because we don't know. We're not there. We don't know we're not tapping into whatever they're tapping into. Everybody gets their own impression. So I think, if we learn to honor that
Mhm.
and realize that's their mission, that's their journey, that's their download, whatever they're getting, how can it help us? Let's, instead of learning, like, instead of getting so focused on, well, who are they really talking to, blah, blah, blah. How's the message they're giving you helping you? Let's focus on that. You know, how are
Right.
they get there? However it gets us there is how it gets us there. You know,
Mhm.
as long as it gets us there, you know?
And I really believe that it is the light workers, light warriors, the star seeds, the spiritual seekers. We're the ones that are going to save this planet. This is, to me, the Gnostic TV show is to me like the Ark. We're all going to get on this arc together and support one another, because we are going to help
I love
our vibe, raising the vibe together. That's what it's going to take to shift the energy on this beloved, most beautiful planet in the universe.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
Starts with one person.
Mhm.
One person makes a difference, and then it just starts to expand. It's the collective consciousness.
Yeah.
And before you know it, people that you may have known before and you thought, oh geez, they're like, I forgot and never gonna change. Next thing you know, they started talking to you and asking you questions that of like interest, universal questions. And then you thought, geez, if that person is ready to
Yep.
turn or turn the corner, so to speak, I guess we are doing something good
You
then.
know,
Right.
actions speak louder than words, Lois. I mean, that a
Mhm.
lot of times we try to tell people why they should change, or we try to tell them to wake up, or whatever that even means to people. I guess it's all interpretation, but actions speak louder than words. I mean, people that generally, because generally most people have what's called an already way of listening, meaning that they see a certain person come to them, and before that person even has something that they're going to say, they're already like, oh, here they go again. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of that. It's an already way of listening. So, best practices, if you're really trying to help someone, is show the action.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Is show the action, and
Yeah.
then let the action speak louder than the word can ever speak. And then they'll come to you and say, what did you just do? How do I do that? Can you show me that? You know what I mean? Let them do it. They'll do it. But if sometimes, we got to realize that it's just the way we are. Sometimes we're like, oh, you're doing wrong. You're wrong. This is wrong. It shuts people down.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a low vibe energy, the blaming and the shaming,
Yeah.
that's the lower vibe. So
Yeah.
we have to stay in a level of acceptance, because you're right. We never know when somebody is going to go from kindergarten to grad school, like boom,
Just go like
spiritual
that.
grad school.
Right.
They could just bolt up just in a moment, in an instant, they're open and phew, there they go. But that's not for us to judge.
Nope.
We know our path and what we've been through, but each person is unique, and that's by design.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely. So, we invite everybody watching that to and really enjoy a free trial on the network. Just go
Yay.
and check it out. Just
Okay.
check it out for free. If you feel like you're liking it, then stay longer.
Yeah.
Enjoy the experience as long as you like.
Congratulations. Good for you. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. I really
Congratulations
am
on your
very
show.
excited about the
Thank you for the
opportunity to
privilege
be.
of, being part of the energy and allowing us into your world. We really appreciate that also.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you as my fellow brother and sister on this journey, and the others that are of like mind. We'll meet you there. And this is a good thing. It's a very, very good thing. Any last thoughts you'd like to share with my audience in order to um, touch their hearts the way you've touched mine?
Aw,
Oh, wow.
thank you so much. Um, you know, simplify your life. Stop stressing over things that you have no control over. Enjoy the little things in life. Literally start smelling the roses. Forget about the past. We already talked about that. You can't go back and change it. It's gone. Forgive, forget, let go. Stop stressing over the future. It's not even here yet. Live in the present. That's what it's all about.
Gift, present,
Yes,
gift of the
President.
now.
I would say one of the greatest things I've learned, and recently actually, is that, when you wake up in the morning, don't just sprout out of bed. Just realize that your spirit may have left for a minute and give it a chance to reacclimate. So maybe just take a minute, even a minute of just some basic breathing of just let the spirit and the physical body kind of merge and then move. And if you do that, I believe you'll find a very different tone to your day. It just takes about a minute. It doesn't take that long at all. So simple things like that, we're taught that don't have to draw things out. Listen, we wish everybody a lot of love in this journey in their lifetime, and much success to, all of you and your loved ones.
Thank you so much for what you're doing, and we will see you again very soon.
You again.
So
Yeah.
thank
Absolutely.
you,
Thank you
April
very
and
much.
Jay. Much love, much gratitude. And until next time, everyone, please like, share, and subscribe. And until we see you again, look up, stay positive, and bring the light to someone's day.
Mm.
God bless.
God bless.